Thank you for watching this MBYLL Coaches Education video. I want to try to minimize the time we spend talking on the whiteboard and maximize the application of the drills in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first, I'd say 25, 30 minutes, I'll kind of run the show. So I'll get them in different skills, and like you'll basically be able to, based on what I give as the initial, hey, here's our focal points, you'll be able to just sort of walk around and try to reiterate what I've already said on a more individual basis. Okay. And then at some point, I would say somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes into it, we'll break into 3 groups. So each of us will have our own drill, and then we'll rotate those 3 groups. I mean, that's what I have planned. That could change to 2 groups if, you know what I mean? So we can be flexible there. But if we get any more than, I'd say, 15 kids, let's just break into 3. Nice hustle. All right, guys, thanks for being here. My name's Coach Martin. My main message for right now is do your best to just focus on the task at hand. It's really easy to get distracted. You got all this gear on, you know, we're not totally comfortable with the stick just yet, but by focusing on what the directions are for that particular drill, if you can really embed your attention there, you're gonna see results quicker. In this phase, what we'll do is have the head coach keep everybody in one big group for this first portion of practice. This is where we're gonna try to utilize skill development in a more specific way. So we're giving everybody more specific cues as the head coach, while all of the coaches that we have available can then echo those cues to the individuals that they see as they walk around. So our head coach is gonna facilitate one big group to start. You guys ready to have some fun? Yeah. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is everybody needs a ball in their stick. So let's everybody get one. If you don't have one, go find one. Put it in your strong hand. Now I want you to show me what it would look like if you were ready to throw, dodge, or shoot all at the same time. We're gonna call this triple threat position. We're gonna be ready to throw, dodge, and shoot all at the same time, and this looks pretty good. Let's try to have the face of our stick looking forward. That looks good, that looks good, good. Let's not wind up quite so far. You wanna protect your stick a little closer to your ear, all right? So that's gonna be our foundation. We always wanna come back to this triple threat position because this is where we're gonna have the most amount of options. We start playing lacrosse, someone's trying to take the ball from you, you're gonna want to understand what your options are, and this is always a great spot to get to. So we have 4 cues. Roll really 5. We've got sprint, we've got back pedal, we've got right, and we've got left. Okay? We've also got stop. That one's just as important as any of them. No matter what direction you're moving, the ability to come to a stop quickly is gonna really help you. We're gonna stay balanced here. You guys all ready? When I say sprint, you're gonna sprint forward. When I say stop, you're gonna stop as quickly as you can, maintaining this triple threat position. You guys ready? Sprint. Stop. Back pedal. Sprint. Stop. Back pedal. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Keep your stick up. I said back pedal, not walk slowly backwards. Back pedal. Sprint. All the way through the line, all the way through the line. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Nothing more important than the ball. There you go. Quick feet. Let me see triple threat position. Ready to throw while you're in quick feet. Good. Back pedal. Right. Shuffle. Keep your stick up. Keep moving. Left. Stick up. See the field. See the field. Freeze. Hey fellas, there's nothing more important than the ball itself. If that thing hits the ground, don't keep running around.
No, get the ball.
Get the ball. Put the ball on the ground. Now when I say go, this drill starts with a ground ball. What do you think the first thing we should do is after we pick up a ball? Scoop, get to triple threat. That's the first thing we do. You're gonna scoop that ground ball and you're gonna make a move. I want to see your coolest move. If any of you guys have a spinning backflip move, let me see it right now. All right? Pretend like you're dodging a defender. Ready? Go! So after the triple threat movement series that we started with, now we're gonna break into throwback line drills. We're still technically one big group, but take this opportunity to really take inventory of how many kids you have versus how many coaches you have, because what we can do is set up as many lines as we think we might need for the next phase of practice, which would be station work. This will be a good time to break into our 3 groups, but we'll all still be doing the same drill. Okay, if you are in the front of the line, you'll need a ball. If you're behind them, have your ball by your feet. We're gonna need those later, okay? But hopefully we only, as a group, each 3 of these groups, hopefully we only need that first ball that the guy at the front has, okay? So what we're gonna do is start the ball on the ground. So all 3 of you, put that ball on the ground. You're gonna sprint through a ground ball, sprint around the cone that's out in front of you, sprint back, leave it for the next guy. Ready? Yep, go. Triple threat position. While you're running, triple threat position. Sticks up, sticks up. Good, try to drop it when you're like halfway, okay? On your way back, leave that ball right about now. Just leave it on the ground, leave it on the ground. Yep, sooner, leave it sooner. As soon as it's out of his stick, start running, okay? When we are scooping, where should our hands be? Why isn't this good?
Because somebody could walk it like this.
Yeah, so is this better?
Yeah.
Right? So I want my hands fully separated. It's easy when you think of it this way. The ball's in your pocket, and the closer your hand is to your pocket, the more control you'll have. So by having my hand here, if someone was to check me, I'll have a little more control than I would if my hand was here. Does that make sense? Once you turn the corner, you're gonna throw it to the next person in line. Hey, call for the ball, ask for it. Say one more. Here's your help, I'm open. Give me the ball, something. All right, and now we're gonna try one a little bit more involved. This is called 2-pass ground balls. So if I'm up, if I'm the first in line, the ball will have been on the ground. I'm gonna scoop it, get around the cone. I'm gonna pass it, so you don't have a ball. Lose that, yep. I'm gonna pass it, try to catch that. That's all right, just grab another one. So how many passes was that? 1, he's gonna pass it back. How many is that? 2, ground ball. So you scoop, so you're get ready to ask for the ball back. Yep, pass it once. Pass it back. And then leave out the ground ball. There you go. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Yep, run, 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 run. Talk to each other, talk to each other. Look over there, pretend the ball's coming this way. I want you to think about getting your stick here. And as it enters your stick, try not to let this left hand come like that. Instead, just bring this back, okay? So you get this hand to the ball, and then as that ball enters, okay? Alley one-on-ones. So I call this alley one-on-ones because we create an alley with cones. It's not necessarily meaning dodging down the alley. It's just a boundary system that we've created. So really, this is the line that we want the athletes to be able to see. These are the sidelines of this alley. In the first phase of this alley drill, where the defense has no stick, our emphasis is going to be on teaching them good footwork. When I step out on defense, if I run and I don't slow down and he starts to run, go ahead, run, try to run past me, it can quickly turn into me chasing him. Do you guys see that? Instead of doing that, what I want to do is after I roll it, I want to run up here quickly. Once he starts to run at me, I'm going to backpedal a little bit. Once the defense gets up to this point, that means the offense can now start to attack. And like we went over, the defense's job in the first couple moments is to backpedal, very similar to a cornerback in football as that wide receiver takes their run to start their route. So if you're first in line on these 2 lines, have a ball in your hand. Guys, pay attention. Once you understand this drill, it'll be a lot of fun, but we have to explain the rules first, okay? So the two of you, right, are doing a one-on-one with the person right across from you. You need a stick if you're over there. So let's just do an example on this line. So what I'm gonna have you do is roll your ball to him. Stay where you are, okay? Try to get it all the way to him. So once the yep, scoop it, but stay there. Good. So once the defense line rolls the ball, he's gonna run straight up. And once he gets to this cone line, you guys see this line right here? Once he gets to this line, that means you can go. And going means trying to get past him, staying inside this lane. So if he pushes you, right, if you dodge and he pushes you and you step, boom, the drill's over, he wins. Does that make sense? So if you get past him inbounds and you stay in between those cones, that's like the end zone. Does that make sense? It's like a touchdown, okay? So why don't we rewind? You have the ball to start. Let's see how this rep looks. Good. Get all the way up to that line. Wait for him to get there. Now play. Try to get by. You can push him. You can check his stick. Run. Okay, hold up. Hey guys, now defense has their sticks, but we're also making the whole thing bigger. Okay, so you'll have a better chance. Step up. Good, get up to this line. Now play. Good. Stay with it, stay with it. Nice job. So one of the main drills that I communicated with one of the assistant coaches was pressure 2v1s. So this is one of our stations. In this practice plan, it was one of two stations. And the main focus of this pressure drill is putting the athletes in an environment, close quarters with a lot of pressure. So we're learning how to handle pressure, but because it's an odd man situation and it's not even, that allows the team of two to build a little bit of momentum, playing sort of a little bit of a monkey in the middle, but it also gives the one an opportunity, if they get the ball, to play keep away, using their feet, having two people pressure them at once. So we're forcing them into a situation of close quarters with a lot of pressure. I usually set this drill up inside of the crease. So if you have a field that has the crease line already made, that's a great size shape to start this 2-on-1 drill. In our case, we didn't have a crease, so all we did was put out 4 cones, I would say roughly 5 yards apart, and that was our boundary. 2 players on one team on the other doesn't mean that the team of 2 should get the ball to start. Oftentimes, we just have a coach here with a pile of balls, and they can just roll it in and turn it into a ground ball to start. Let's go, try to keep it in. Use your stick. Get your stick to the ball. Nice job. Good, now stick up. And then anytime, either the player that has no teammates or one teammate, if they step out of bounds, it's an automatic turnover. So the other team gets the ball. Important to note with this drill is the timing. We don't want this rep to last more than, say, 15 seconds. I like 10 seconds as a rule of thumb because that really ensures high intensity for each repetition, and it allows the kids to focus more in the moment, knowing that it's going to be a quick rep, and then they're going to have to wait for their next one. Hey, no, let them get it, let them get it. Let them step in bounds. Stay spread. Play. Good. Nice try. Okay, it's okay. Let's get a new group. While these 2 stations are nearing their completion, I'm just going to start to set up the mini game that we'll finish with. Drill flow is going to be our priority, meaning how quickly we get the cone set up, how quickly we get the kids in line, and how quickly we get the drill started is significantly more important than the kids understanding exactly how we want them to do the drill. That's an important distinction we want to make. As coaches, we are prioritizing getting the kids in the place that we want them, as opposed to getting them to understand exactly why they should be in that place. That is secondary to the drill flow. As coaches, if we can try to facilitate the environment of them learning, that is going to be significantly more effective than a great explanation of what we would like them to understand. So with that in mind, from a drill flow perspective, we get this first drill set up. Let's have a line of athletes that are waiting for that next rep. And then the communication to them would be, these next 3 players, let's get them to communicate amongst themselves, so as soon as this rep ends, those 3 players step in and they already know who's on the team of 2 and they already know who's on the team of 1. Now, if we're working with U9s and it's the first time we've done this drill, would I expect them to be able to do that on the first time? Absolutely not. But by the second, third, definitely 4th week of doing this drill, they should start to be able to get into a flow. And for the U11, definitely U13 and U15, we can expect a high level of execution with drill flow on this particular drill. You guys see this line that these cones in my stick create? I want you to come up to this line and just face this field for a moment, okay? So don't be over the line, be behind it. We're gonna do an actual game, but we gotta get everyone's attention so I can explain the rules. Okay, older guys, we're about to do this game. I need you guys alert and ready to go. Finally, the finisher. In this practice plan, we went over a game I call Lacrosse. I got the word from futsal, taking our bigger picture game and shrinking it down and also creating new rules in order to promote an environment that will help the athletes develop crucial skills. So the main rules that we add in Lacrosse is 1, the 3-second rule. The 3-second rule means that once I have the ball in my stick, I have a full 3 seconds to do something with it. If I still have it in my stick on the 4th second, turnover. You guys with me? That's plenty of time, right? I could scoop it, look around, oh, someone's pressuring me, roll, and then pass. That was well under 3 seconds, okay? The reason this 3-second rule is so important is because when you don't have the ball in your stick, what should you do? Move to what? So that your teammate can do what? Pass you the ball. Now this is incredibly important, but once you understand how to utilize it, you guys are all going to instantly become better lacrosse players, and you'll see why in a minute. The next rule has to do with the scoring area. So what we'll do is create a crease-looking thing with cones on both sides. And at first they just think it's a normal crease, but then we have to explain what that actually means is you're not allowed to shoot unless you are inside of that threshold. So what that forces is A, shots obviously closer to the goal, but B, it forces the athletes to play both offense and defense. We want to promote two-way play here. So in order to score in this game, you have to be within the box that this crease creates. You guys see that? So you have to, this is a good goal. If I took this shot from here and it went in, no goal. Do you guys understand? Okay? So what that's going to force is that's going to force everyone to play offense and everyone to play defense. So if I'm playing offense up here and the ball gets turned over, do I need to worry about sprinting back to stop a goal? Right? All I need to make sure is that no one is behind me. They can't shoot from back there. Does that make sense? They have to get inside that scoring zone. We'll call that the scoring zone. Now, if we've got a much bigger group, I would highly suggest doing multiple games to have it be either a 4-on-4, 5-on-5, 6-on-6. That is usually where you get the best results with this game. And it's a lot of fun. You can have goalies. You can absolutely have goalies. And if you do, just have this be a little bit further out, so kids can shoot a little further. If you don't have goalies, again, you can be a little bit more conservative, forcing the kids to get inside. So the rule of having a 3-second rule and the rule of having a scoring zone ultimately will help us promote two of the hardest things to teach. 1, getting the ball out of your stick quickly, and 2, off-ball movement.
Tommy!
2 butts down, guys. Good. Go to X, Colin. Go. Tommy! Step off.
Goal. 1-1. White, pick it up.
Hey, well done, Tommy. Gavin.
Nice, pick up.
Here.
Come out, White. That's it. Good.
Tommy.
2 butts down, guys. Good. Go to
Hey, you have to pass it.
If we can get our athletes to start innately trying to get open for their teammates, we're going to be instilling fantastic habits that will hopefully propel them through the rest of their career. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any feedback for myself or the NBYLL and things you'd like to see, please feel free to reach out. I hope to be a resource for you in the future. Thanks again.